I want to thank Phil for serving our country in Vietnam. I know there's some other veterans that were here. I want to thank you guys for serving our country. Because of your service, we can be here today and have the opportunity to have freedom and have elections. I've been many places in the world where they don't allow that, so thank you for doing that. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised here in the East Brainerd, Collegedale, Ooltewah area. My dad is Darwin White. He is a realtor in the area. Many people know who he is, I found out. Most of them will ask me in conversation, is your dad that realtor man? And I'm like, yes, that is my dad. So it's been really neat growing up here and seeing how this community has developed. I'm a graduate of Collegedale Academy, and I am currently finishing a degree in archaeology with a minor in religion and a minor in business management. I will graduate in May, so I'm excited about that. I'm a small business owner since the age of 12. I've been doing lawn care, paid my way through Collegedale Academy. It's a private academy, so it costs money to go there, so my parents decided that I needed to learn to work for my money and to work for anything that I wanted. I actually started off peddling honey. My grandfather sells honey in the area, and so I peddled honey for a while, knocking on doors and selling that. So from an early age, I was instilled the values of entrepreneurship and working for what I have. I also am a licensed realtor for the last 2.5 years at RE/MAX Properties. I work as a buyer's agent on my dad's team. And that's really where I got the, not the idea, but the passion to run. Because I've worked with buyers in Collegedale, I've worked with sellers in Collegedale, and something that buyers are always talking about is, how is Collegedale going to grow? We've all heard rumors about Collegedale growing. TDOT is finally going to hopefully be expanding the Apison Pike. We found out that the completion date is May 31st, 2017. We hope that happens by then, but we'll see how that goes. So people are always interested about how Collegedale is going to grow because it's a great place to live, work, and retire for those of us who live here. I grew up playing on the softball fields. I umpire in the Collegedale Softball League. I ref high school basketball for the TSSAA in the area, and so I have a lot of involvement with people. And I realize that they love Collegedale just as much as us, those that have lived here for a long time. So the reason why I'm running is to make sure that Collegedale embraces the growth that is coming to us and make sure that we are intentional about how that growth takes place. Making sure that when that growth comes, that we have a plan ready, it has all the kinks worked out of it, and we know what we want, and we want to know what we look like. So that way we're not having to fight off developers, but we go and we get people who we want to be in Collegedale who will support our hometown values. Because if Collegedale is known for anything, it's for, number one, the McKee Bakery, the Little Debbie's, the smell of honey buns as you're waking up in the morning, or blueberry muffins in the evenings. We're known for that, but we're also known for being a great place to live, work, and retire. We're ranked number 10 in the state for safety, thanks to our amazing police department that I have had the opportunity to do several police ride-alongs. And I know that sounds weird coming from a 25-year-old that I like the police department, but they do an amazing job here in the community to keep crime off of our streets. If you guys knew the stuff that they see on a daily basis, at the pay that they get, at the resources that they have, that they still do a great job protecting us, you would love every single one of them because they do a great job. I've seen them in action, and I've enjoyed working with them even before I'm elected to make sure that if once elected, that I will have the opportunity to already have a working relationship with the guys there and the ladies there at the police department. Another thing that made me want to run is in regards to the Imagination Station. We heard a lot of uproar about what was happening at the Imagination Station. I grew up playing on the Imagination Station, so it has a dear place in my heart. However, as I was going to the meetings, the commission meetings and the Imagination Station meetings, I was listening to the people who were coming. And it wasn't necessarily that they were upset that the Imagination Station was going away, or that it was possibly going away, because that was the misconception that had been getting out that it was going to be demolished, but that they were not communicated with personally. So something that I really want to stress is that this commission and the city become very transparent and become active in letting the citizens know what is taking place in the city. We live in the 21st century. I see many people, almost everybody has smartphones or tablets. And there are cities around the country that are using apps that give information to citizens give push notifications when road closures are happening, when events are canceled, like we had the 4th of July canceled a few years ago. They do push notifications for many things. The agendas for the commission meetings are there, the minutes are there, and something that's neat is that you can also put on there a little section, and I don't know if the Public Works Department is going to like this, but if you have a problem with something going on in Public Works, you can type them a little email on your phone and sends it off to Public Works to let them know of what's going on. So it works both ways. The citizens holding the government accountable, but also the government not just getting their message out, like we do with Facebook and the billboard, but also communicating that message properly. That is one reason why I wanted to run, because there are things that happen in this community and we don't know about as a citizen. Some things like the Greenway expansion meeting. I check the Facebook page on a daily basis because I try to go to every meeting I can go to so that I'm informed. And that one missed my radar. I only heard about it because someone asked if I was going to be there. So if we have this city app, it's an opportunity for people to, they have no excuse. You either download it or you don't. That way you can be informed. Because that is a big, I don't know if it's I don't want to call it an excuse that people use for not being informed, but if we can cover that, then they don't have an excuse for being not informed. The last thing on my platform is hometown values. Preserving the hometown values that make Collegedale a great city. Collegedale is known for many things, and as I've worked in Cleveland reffing basketball, as I've shown houses to people who are moving here, something that everybody mentions is the great values that Collegedale has that make it a great place to live, work, and retire. And I want to make sure that the Commission does everything it can to ensure that Collegedale is a great place to raise a family, a safe place to raise a family, a place where the economy is booming so that we can support the families that live here. Some things that I see wrong with Collegedale government, there's not many. The commissioners are doing a great job. I actually had to work a long time to find some things. But some things that I have found is some poor planning of where we put some places. One thing that I don't know if you saw in the Chattanooga was a lawsuit that the city just settled for $600,000 because they put a gun range too close to a property line, which is in violation of our own city ordinances. That lack of seeing that problem cost the city $600,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of hard-earned taxpayer money that went to waste because we made a mistake and put the gun range too close to the property line. That's something that, as a realtor, as a small business owner, as somebody who's interested in city government, I want to make sure it does not happen again. The other thing that caught me a little off guard was in July 7 when I think it was July 7, I was at a commission meeting, and some of the final business that was done was an insurance plan that was voted on for the city commissioners to buy into. And it caught me off guard because city commissioners are not, I guess they're categorized as extreme part-time workers. So in my mind, as someone who's taking these classes in HR and whatnot, extreme part-time workers do not need to be paid insurance. That is something that is costing taxpayers a lot of money to fund. And as a 25-year-old, I was excited. I was like, man, I get to, next year when I come off of my parents' insurance, I'll have an insurance plan to buy into. But then I realized that that is really robbing money from taxpayers. And that I, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, should be the one that's providing for my insurance and doing things like that. So I want to make sure that we aren't spending money wastefully. And lastly, a problem that I see is with our code enforcement. I have a friend, a small business owner, who is opening a bakery. It has taken him over 2 months to get verification of approval on different things. That has cost him $60,000 in revenue because not because the code enforcer isn't doing his job, but he's the only one enforcing code for neighborhoods, for businesses, and for many other things. We need to work to grow our code enforcement department so that way businesses, when they look here, aren't hearing rumors that Collegedale is a horrible place to build, because he was in Nashville talking about us. He talked to a restaurant chain developer who owns restaurants here in the regional area, a very popular restaurant, who said he refuses to build in Collegedale because we take so long to approve different codes. That's costing the city tons of money. So I want to run as a fiscal conservative, as a young person who sees my future here in Collegedale, and I want to make sure that this place becomes the best place to live, work, and retire so that I can raise my family here, so I'm not like another young family who is thinking of moving because it's not developing the way that they want it to. I want to be able to raise my family and make sure that doesn't happen on my watch, that Collegedale stays a great place to live, work, and retire. My name's Ethan White, and I look forward to you voting on November 4th. Thank you guys.